Right, so that was fun. Power in the whole house tripped. Not an issue or anything, we just... Yay, helps with the stream. No power. Yeah. Cloud storage. Huh? Local storage. Local storage. Thankfully, I saved momentarily before we left the other island, so that's good. Don't lose a lot of progress. And I had some time to make a cup of coffee. However, we lost a bunch of viewers. We were sitting stable at 10, putting us in the upper 1%. Which is good. The fact that it happened mid-sentence also. Yeah. Yay. I can see that. I think that make the best doggos. Okay. What do we have? I think sheltered, we ran. And we were moving on to the next island. The answer to the question that I was half answered before my brush with less electricity happened. You build a gyrocopter. One of the islands has all the parts and you need to find extra bits. Level up your skills. And then fly to freedom. Oh, good. Ominous music. No worries, hardcore. It's just, somebody plugged something in and tripped the power. One of them things. When I was talking to Dragon earlier, one of the other reasons I find streaming at this time better is that when we have load shedding, they don't load shed between 10 o'clock at night and say 7 o'clock in the morning. So we don't have brownouts at those times. Which helps. That means my streams normally shouldn't be interrupted by the lack of electricity. But all of this is normally beyond our control, so what I do need to get is a UPS at this point. Can add it to the long list of crap that I need. Binocular. Nice. We're in fuel economy mode. Using the sail. Oop, nope, don't fall off the damn boat. That'll be embarrassing. I think that would actually be a little bit more than embarrassing. Now the island we're looking for is pretty distinctive. However, we are at some point going to have to head back to our normal island. Seriously, playlist? This is what you pick. We're on an epic boat voyage, and you pick this. That's probably me. Second. Have it any better? Oh crap. Okay, remember that embarrassing thing I was talking about? Ha! Okay. I managed to get back on. So we go from chirpy chirpy woohoo anime music to yep, I'm about to meet Michael Myers in a dark alley music. It's good. Good. Nothing wrong with that. The only reason I got this game is it was part of a free giveaway in December from Epic Games. That's it. Although I don't mind this type of game. And the requirements, the PC requirements, weren't too bad. It's slowly creeping up to 10 viewers again. The 1% line. I haven't starved to death. So yeah, we're searching for the most distinctive island and we can't find it. That's, you know, good. My epic sailing skills. And just imagine an entity in the sky watching me going, what the hell are you doing? Just sailing in circles. Pretty sure I've been to that island. Hello? It has palm tree. The answer is no. For those that don't know, yesterday I was cutting all the palm trees down on islands that I was visiting. I've been playing this for a week. A week now, and it's decent. I mean, the physics could be better, and there's some stuff. Not the most accurate game, shall we say. But it's fun enough. And because it's free, makes it even better. Okay, I think we'll go visit that island. Because I'm going to be running into a problem soon. Yeah. Well, they get recycled, you know, and used into a, a raft or a stairway to heaven or whatever you may choose to. I'm a PC gamer, but I'm not one of those elitist PC gamers. Play games in whatever format you want, as long as you have fun. For me, that's the point of a game, is to have fun. Doesn't really matter what you play it on. Playlist has picked a very mellow tune this time. It depends on the game and the friends at the time. There was a time where I only played multiplayer games. Now I prefer single player games. I can plod along at my own pace and be as much of a dumbass as I want, and I'm not interfering with anybody. I've actually been contemplating getting that. I mean, there was the whole cock-up at the launch, but I've been kind of keeping an eye on it, and they've seemed to have recovered quite nicely. One of the many things that are on my to-do list. I mean, consider this. For 2 years, that's how long I've started my channel for. It was about 2 years ago. The most gaming I've done in 2 years has been over the last month because I messed up my voice. Had time and didn't have anything else to do. Other than that, I don't think I spent more than an hour playing a game. Every other day, maybe. Most nights I just didn't game at all. Days. So I'm using this streaming thing as an excuse to play more games. In a casual manner. Exercise the old voice a bit. Warm it up for the day to come. I mean, the first couple streams in December, I didn't even speak because my voice was still a bit bugged out. And there are plenty of games like that where they'll tweak the graphics and it kind of messes with the aesthetic. Hey, look! Here you go. Come back. Hey. There he is. Tiger shark, I think. Whale shark? Hello, Sharky. Please leave my boat alone. I'm a fish. I'm your friend. Please leave my boat alone. I'm your friend. Bye, Sharky. I'll see about getting it. My computer is seriously struggling, and I need a new one for numerous reasons, not only gaming, for editing and stuff. So one of my plans this year is to upgrade the computer, and then I should be able to play a lot more games. And then we can take it from there. Okay, I think we're going to stop on this island and quickly craft a couple of water stills. Who knew that finding this island would be in the air? We'll quickly check this wreck out. Hopefully it's got a meal ration, then we don't have to do anything. Continue looking for the island that I have misplaced. Probably check under the couch. It's almost always under the couch. Okay. New. Up. Handbrake. Oh, handbrake. Turn off the econo mode. Burst. Still find it funny that this thing is faster backwards than it is forwards. Okay, handbrake. Hello. Torch. Torch. Sorry, did that just say that the torch is invincible? It does say that the tool is invincible. Wouldn't want to pick a fight with it. Well, it's actually looking like I've been here before because the door is normally... It's the same damn island. That would be funny. Hello, Bruce. Stop attacking me, Bruce. Bruce. Being a dick. Yes, you. Bruce. Warning you. Leave me alone. I don't think this is the same island. Simply because I'm not seeing my Good night. Sleep well. No worries. I know this is a bit late for most people in America. Good news. I'm not seeing a shelter. Means I think. Bruce. Need. Calm down. You do. You just need to chillax. I'll give you incentive to chillax. Forcing my hand. gone? Leaving me nope, there he is. Okay, out of ammo. That's good. Okay, 2 more shots. Oh, good. Another one. He brought a friend. Yeah, he's definitely... I'm turning him from a shark to a porcupine. It's going to be a sea urchin. Not a sea merchant, but a sea urchin. Okay, moral of story. Gonna hop over to the island. Yeah, we might as well just... that and that. Just got a park right next to the island. But if we want to kill a shark, we're going to need a lot more ammo. And, well, if we're going to kill anything, we're going to need a lot more everything, because Bruce took all my ammo. Music, really? Go, better. This is still following me. The redemption arc of the story. Got the redemption arc music playing. Keep trying to run Bruce over, but he won't stay still. Yeah, this is not a very responsive ship. I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Every day is better. Problem is I mean, with the strain, it's not something you can just overcome in a day. I can still feel that it's not what it was in November. It's like a sprain of an ankle or whatever. It's going to take a while to come back. And I need to exercise it. So, you know, I record my stuff every day. Every day a bit better. And then hopefully soon enough we'll get back to full strength. Okay. What we want is shelter. We want sleep. We haven't slept in a while. We want to kill the crabs, probably. Fire for meat. Still for water. Be able to do this relatively quickly. Oh, I'm bleeding. Crap, what do I do? I need bleeding to death. Ooh. Don't stand on those. Don't stand. These. Those. Yeah, I've been here before. All very good, but I'm looking for fibrous material, make a lashing, a bit of cloth, make a bandage, then away we go. Thanks for popping past, Hardcore. Hope you have some fun. I'll see you later. Hello, Dr. Red. How are you doing this morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever it may be for you? The joys of time zones. Lashing. No. Way. Oh. Important business. Need lashing. Got lashing. Got material as well. Oh, there's one right here. Take you. Bandage. And bleeding stopped. Tragedy avoided. Still thirsty though. Oh yeah, no, it's gone. No, I was talking about my voice is behaving like a sprained ankle. The migraines, they come, they go. You know, normal migraine-y things. Oh, that's good, Dr. Ed. I'm glad to hear it. Right, we need water quite urgently. So we need you. Bunch of yous. And be shy, don't be shy. A mildly emergency situation. Okay. That. Going to need coconut. Physics is fun. Launching trees all over the place. I'm glad, Dr. Ed. I personally don't find it soothing, but I do have to listen to it all the time, so. Okay, so what we want is consumable one of those. And what we want is building bronze rocks, 3 rocks, bronze. He had bronze, 1 frond, some rocks. Do all of that. Okay, maybe we can drop the torch, drop the water. One, 2. Stand of those, they're poisonous. Birth. 3. Okay. My boat. We shall make our water still. Oh, we need a lashing. Made a lashing and then threw it away. That's smart. Arrows. And more lashings. Ah. Hey, lashing. Good. Yep. Water stone. Done. Okay. Bronze. Done. fire. There we're gonna need kindling. There we're gonna need the shelter, which is surprisingly more wood. That wood. Fiber supply. Flashing a shelter. There we go. Give. Deep. There we go. We're gonna actually have water skins for emergencies. Like, okay, this. Okay. So what we need is more fronds to put up the water still. Grab those crabs. Skin them, get some meat, cook them. Noms. Maybe even eat a coconut to tie us over. Not the best solution, but it has been quite a while since I've eaten a coconut, so I shouldn't poison me. Okay. Good news seems that there's no snake here. That's good news. Bronze, water still. Yeah, we've got very melodic music happening. Just to remind everybody, it is on random. So sometimes we get appropriate music, sometimes not so much. Gonna build a second fire. Easier than building a second an upgraded fire. Drop the wood. Grab my knife. Hopefully Bruce's owl. That was close. I almost stood on the poisonous thing. Need a kniff. Kniff, one kniff. Yeah, well, better than death. Oop. Okay. Fire, fire. Dot. There's a bunch of copyright issues from what I've been able to find out with the SCP stuff. There was a big copyright issue, drama, just before I started my channel. So, probably not. There's also quite a few people doing SCP stuff already. I don't know what I could offer to the community or whatever. That isn't already being done. Why did I come out to the boat? Inventory. Yeah, no, I'd just rather avoid any copyright issues or problems or shenanigans. Water's sorted. Crab meat sorted soon. Exploring and hopefully Bruce leaves me alone. But as we have discovered, Bruce can be a bit thick. He says, and there's Bruce. Oh, Bruce. Oh yeah, I wanted to make more ammo. Just occurred to me. And that was one of the reasons I came to the island. Food, water, ammo. Wood. Wood. And lashing. Need. This is posted. Not more. Lashing. I think I got more on the boat. Yeah. Bruce did. Got good hearing for a fish. His crab talking radar is off the charts. Okay, playlist. Really? You trying to say something? Yeah, Nth just had somebody plugged something in and tripped the power. Inconvenient timing, as these things often are. Intercontinental ballistic trees. Okay, not quite intercontinental, but yeah, we're getting there. When I'm asleep. And I generally don't care. Other than that, no, it's never really convenient. But there's a big difference when it's a planned thing and it's just a random thing. Okay. I haven't set anything in stone, but I mean, from the beginning, it's mostly been web novels. Kind of the stuff I do from Royal Road, and then later came on HFY stuff. So I'd like to get a wider variety of short stories. Maybe even some like no sleep horror. Or some different types of short stories. Just to add to the variety of short stories. But other than that, I think we'll keep trying to find new series through Royal Road. People seem to kind of like the first 40k series, introducing people to new series, stuff like that. But we'll take it as it goes. I mean, you can't set these things in concrete because issues happen. Well, if you pigeonhole yourself, you also... I mean, I say that, but I am also pigeonholed as the sci-fi guy, or HFY guy and Royal Road. But I mean, I had something happen. I don't know with how long you guys have been around, but I used to do a series called Hugh Hunts with Monsters. And at some point, he signed a contract for an audiobook, so I had to remove all the content I'd done with it. So that's always in the back of my mind, that can happen again. I mean, I don't blame the guy or anything. But it is just something that can happen. And probably will happen again. I mean, that's a very good lesson in not putting all your eggs in one basket. And then the December thing with me messing up my voice is another lesson in, you know, trying to build up a bit of variety. Which is kind of what the stream is. It's a relaxant, something to diversify my brand, if you want to go all fucking corporate speech. And something that if my voice is playing up, I can do. And it'll still help the channel. Because at this point in my life, this is my job. The narration, the channel, it is my job. So having the problems with the voice is quite stressing, to say the least. It's accumulated stress, mostly. For December, I was going to do the December Rush, which is release a bunch of extra Tales from Outer Space videos, which I recorded in November. And that put a bit of strain on my voice, but it wasn't anything that I hadn't handled before. And my thought was, you know, let me get it done, sorted, and then in January, I'll pull back, record less, have a relaxed January, not stop recording, but reduce my recording schedule to deal with any strain and burnout and whatever. But halfway through December, I got sick. My wife got sick, and it went straight to her chest. And I caught whatever she had, and thankfully it didn't go to my chest, but it stuck in my voice, and it strained even more. And I thought, well, you know, it's just sick. I'll push through it like I normally do. But it wasn't normal. With the accumulated strain of November, the accumulated strain of 2 years of constant recording, and trying to push through this virus or whatever. And I wasn't the Rona, just a random virus, flu, cold. It just put a lot of strain on the voice. And I had to basically stop recording. I stopped for almost 2 weeks. Didn't speak. Didn't record anything. I've been slowly working back, trying to gain strength in the voice again. But as you can hear in this stream, that it's not quite there yet. But we'll get there. And yes, it is extremely hard to narrate when your vocal cords are playing silly buggers. This is also the reason why we're on the very reduced schedule at the moment. We've gone from like an hour and a half to 2 hours of content per day to half an hour-ish a day. And then 2 weeks ago, that was only like 10 minutes. Yeah, pretty much, Nikolai. Pretty much. I mean, I had a choice. I could try push through it and possibly permanently damage my voice, or bite the bullet, take the hit, and rest it. Try make sure that I don't do permanent damage. It's just... It is also very sinusy weather, so I don't think right now my voice is too bad. After the stream, I judge it, and then I do whatever recording I can feel like I can do. It's been pretty decent over the last couple days, so the strength is returning, but it's still not 100%. And I am very much keeping an eye on it, and if it starts straining, and then I stop doing what I'm doing, and then let it rest, and all of that. So it's going to take a while before I can get back to the same as November. But on the flip side, on a positive, because I can record less means I have more time for editing, which is how the new format came about. And the new techniques for recording, so I'm not my recording isn't as intense as it was, which people seem to like as well. So it's putting a lot less strain to record on my voice. And then we've got the new format. Something good came out of it, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, there was, what was it, in December, around Christmas, I took a week and a half off, and it was fine. I was doing silent streams at that point. It's actually why I started streaming again, is because after 2 years of almost constant work, suddenly having nothing to do, I was bored out of my mind, so I decided that I would just play games and stream it. And Epic Games were doing a free game giveaway at the time. So that's how we got these games, and I've just continued doing that. And then I figured, you know, with the streams I'll start talking again, which will help strengthen the voice. Because talking in a stream and narrating are two very different things. They put a very different strain on the voice. So I'm using this as sort of an exercise to start building up strength in the voice again. Thankfully, I didn't get to the point where I lost my voice. So I've managed to avoid that critical misstep. From what I've been able to find, once you lose your voice, that's a lot more serious than if it's just, you know, a bit achy and strained. So that's something. Water. But just randomly, it's also why my voice is slightly different now than it was November, even December. It's a lot less strained now. So you don't know how much strain your voice is under, or anything's under, until you stop using it. Okay, so I think we'll grab the other crab, cook the meat. Should have some water by the morning. Well, I knew somebody who had vocal cord paralysis for 6 months just randomly, and that was horrifying. But from vocal strain point of view, from what I can find out, it's if you're vocal strain and you lose your voice, then you've done quite a lot of not damage, but strain. So I think I was getting very close to that point when I called it. Glad I did. And everybody's been very supportive about it. That has been great. But it's still stressful when your primary job is talking and you can't do it. Especially in these uncertain times in general. But we do what we got to do. Gonna save, that's one of the things. And sleep. Oh, you didn't cook. Keep fire. You? Yeah. I'm having fun. People are having fun watching me. Having a chat. It's not the best game, but you don't need to be the best game to be fun. What you make of it, really. At this point, I'm making a fire of it. Yeah, there's always games that have my eye that kind of want to play and stream. And I'll get around to it. But there's always games, even before I've got 2 years of games to catch up, so there's that. There's some of the survival type games like 7 Days to Die and all of that I want to give a try. But I'm no rush. It's not like I have to do it. So in time, I will. Okay, we're good for the day. I have heard of it, but I can't place where I have heard it. Cool. I mean, there is a lot of games to play. I mean, every day there are more games being released. But, you know, with my voice doing weird and wonky things, I don't want to go spending money on games and stuff if I don't have to. I want to try save money because you never know what you're going to need it for. But once things stabilize out, I'll figure out what games I want to play for the month and then go with that. Been playing Polybridge 2 as well, but that's not quite multiplayer or exciting to watch. There's some of the ARPGs coming out that I wouldn't mind playing. Oh, crap. No, 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 no. Space, space, space. Oh, oh, that was close. I thought I was still driving, not standing here randomly. Maybe, maybe. I'll give my Minecraft a try again at some point. Seems to be a big thing again. I've tried before and I've never been able to get into it. In fact, I played... Yeah, pretty much. The other thing is you can't... see. And I've kind of lost my home island, so I don't know where my fuel still is, so... I'm keeping what little fuel I have left, in case I need it. And then, when I'm sailing, I can actually stand here and see where the hell I'm going. Hey Lucas, how you doing? Nikolai, I'm from South Africa. My parents are British. I'm first generation. So that's the weird mix of accents you hear. Part South African English, part British, part Scottish. So just a smorgasbord of accent. Well, I played it a little sooner than 2019. I played Minecraft in alpha. Back when it was still online alpha, Java version, whatever. Then I played it once after then and I was like, eh, I'll get into it. Not a problem, Lucas. No worries there. I mean, just having a job is something. Somebody saying that you're going to have a job, that helps a lot. Yeah, all of them. I got all of them. I got the full collection. Yeah, Nikolai, basically, that was all you could do. I think there was some crafting you could do. Very, very basic stuff. But other than that, there wasn't very much you could do. And I went back a couple of years later and tried. I didn't enjoy it. But I mean, when I first played Minecraft, I was also playing Worm Online. So, I mean, compared the two, it was like, I preferred Worm because there was so much more you could do. Well, I hope the weather clears up for you, Lucas. And then you can get to the job site. Because you guys are, what, having massive storms there? Winter storms. Just from a place we don't have winter storms here, generally. Pretty sure that's my starting island. Oh, it's got palm trees. Can't be my island. I'm in the background music. Ew. Let's go with a BFG 9000. That sounds dramatic. the boring part of the game. Are you talking about one-shots or series? One-shots, for the most part, I do the ones I want. Most of the authors on HFY have been great about it. Content. Royal Road, there are several audio publishers on Royal Road already. Professional audio houses picking up stories. So I've run into that problem a couple times. Where I've wanted to do a story and it's been signed already. Uh-huh. Well, as long as your mom's keeping safe, Lucas. Or as safe as she can. Yeah, on Royal Road, what is it? I think there's 2 audiobook production places busy picking up a bunch of the stuff there. Nikolai, we're not having what Europe calls a summer. We have what hell calls a summer at the moment. What Europe calls a summer, we call winter. I will branch out to other stories if I find decent ones. I mean, the Royal Road stuff, I keep to the fantasy side, the lit RPG and all of that. So, I mean, there's kind of some sci-fi, but it's more fantasy-based. But starting a web series is quite a commitment of time. And for short stories, I haven't really found a decent place to find other genres of short stories. I mean, it's good for the authors that when that happens. When the professional guys come out. The exclusivity contracts can be a bit of a pain. Yeah, we had, I mean, it's been a couple of days of cool weather, so about 25 to 28 C. Normal temperatures in summer are 30 to 35. Yeah. If you go a bit more south, no, north, you'll start hitting mid 30s to 40s C, not Fahrenheit. The other problem is my recording room, which is a fancy way of saying just the room that I record in, is always 2 or 3 degrees hotter than the rest of the house and the general temperature. So I'm normally recording in summer in 34, 35 degrees Celsius. That's how you do a J-turn in a boat game. Yeah, yeah, very much. Well, the same things which dampen noise insulate you from heat, so. And then you have to turn all the fans off because that microphone picks it all up, so it gets warm. I can't even imagine weather that cold. I mean, in winter, I think we might hit 0 degrees Celsius, maybe half a dozen times. Maybe. Nikolai, I've looked into Amazon, and there are problems with that particular one. Basically, they use a website called ACX, which is a portal to help authors and narrators meet, but I can't even sign up to the website because of the country I live in. So there is that problem. And my voice isn't everyone's cup of tea. And narrators don't always earn as much as you might. I'm stuck on something. Stuck on a whale. Here. Moving. So I'm not seeing a full-time narrating job happening anytime soon. So in the meantime, I'm going to focus on... Seriously, what are we hooked on? Oh, goody. Bruce is back. Bruce, leave me alone. I know I shot you a couple times, but please leave me alone. Um, it gets complicated, but I say that. For your average Audible book, what you're looking at is Amazon take a cut, which is probably normally about 50% or 30%, and then whatever is left gets cut between the author and the narrator 50-50. But unless you're selling a ton of audiobooks on that story, on that platform, you're not going to be earning lots of money from a single bit of work. And to do a full-time narration of 10 hours is looking at 40 to 80 hours of recording. So you're putting in almost a full month of work for that. So, I mean, there is a lot of work. Thankfully, it's something you can do from home and with minimal layout. Lucas, I don't consider myself a voice actor, but if somebody wanted me to do something in their video, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I barely even consider myself a narrator. I normally just say I'm just a jackass that reads out loud for the entertainment of other people. But narrator is easier to say in a conversation. Still stuck? Going backwards? pull up. Yeah, but I mean that's 35% for all time, basically, because you'll have royalties from that for the rest of time. So you got to pick your books that you want to do. You got to pick, and there are everyone on Kindle is looking for a narrator, because most of your indie authors, they're not going to have the 2,000 or 3,000, if not more, dollars to pay for a narrator. I think I just hit a bad current. So they do profit sharing, which makes sense, but there are more risks involved for the narrator, and it can be more of a long-term investment and a bit of a gamble, really. Is this story going to do well enough? What are you complaining about, Watch? Bleeding. Yes, bleeding. You? Or are you? But I also think that with the right content, the right audience, you can earn the same sort of money from YouTube, if not more. I mean, if you look at the creepypasta guys, some of them have a good audience and they're making very decent money. It's one of those things, it's not the amount of subscribers that really matter. I mean, they do. Don't get me wrong, but it's, you know, how many videos does the average subscriber watch? Do they watch the adverts? Do they watch the whole video? I mean, there are plenty of channels with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of... What the hell am I hitting? Sure. 9-5. Be sure. Yeah, tens of thousands, and they don't have as dedicated, I don't think it's the right word, but engaged audience. Whereas, I mean, I've got 3,600 subscribers, and all that number I do quite well, because people watch multiple videos and they watch them for long periods of time, and you guys are kind enough to watch the adverts. So it very much depends on the community around the channel, as well as the amount of subscribers. Both those properties were quite big before the audiobooks, so probably not. They probably would have been paid out of hand. Now, the guy that probably made a ton of money was the 50 Shades of Grey guy, because that was an indie development. And really, I'm at the barrier again. Yeah, so that was a kind of an indie thing. So the chances of her, the author, having a profit sharing with the audio person is higher, And then it just blew up. Come on, turn around. Turn around. Ah. Very cheerful music. Yeah. Well, I mean, that would have been 12 months ago. Those videos were coming out. It doesn't matter. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Because that would have been kind of related to the copper thing from 2019. Been a long 12 months. Yeah, I'm bleeding to death. Good. I figured this out. Yeah. Bruce and he's file his teeth down. Oh, water. Right. Not Bruce's fault. My bad. Blaming Bruce for nothing. Okay, it's something weird going on here. So we'll go to that island. Try to figure out from there. Yeah, so the way it'll work most of the time is if it's a big production with a production house book, like Harry Potter and whatever, they'll pay a fixed price for voice actors. And they're almost guaranteed to make their money back, so they'll get a big cast of people to do it as well. Because they know that it's going to do so well. But when you don't know if your audiobook is going to do well or not, you can do profit sharing. Which is normally done on your more at-risk books, I want to say. You know, books that aren't kind of guaranteed to make the money back. No, bat shocks would be very bad. Hope there's no tornadoes around here, because then we'd have to deal with shocknadoes. Or would they be Bruce-nados? Are you peeping it? Yeah, well. Fun, not quite the word I would use, but sure. It sounds like something. Okay, so we're out of fuel, so that's good. We hit that weird thing where we just couldn't progress. Not the barrier, it was just next to one of the islands that we got stuck in. So I think we're going to try and sneak around this island and head off to the next one. I think that was only for a little while, but I've still got the backup plans. All my stuff is backed up onto library, in the video content wise, and audio wise, we've got the podcast. So if the channel does go down for whatever reason, there is backups. I was having issues with SoundCloud, so that's why I moved to the podcast site. Okay. And break up. What? Okay, now I'm out of water. Good, good. Full steam ahead. Gonna hang a left around this island, head to the next one. Unhappy dog. Just letting everybody know that it's unhappy. Not particularly. The type of content I do is very niche. I mean, there was a bunch of people that wanted me to collab with NFY. But I don't know. Don't play well with others. Like I said earlier, if somebody wanted me to do a thing for their YouTube channel, I'd consider it. I'm not actively gonna go and look for it. Hard to believe that Creature 88 was a year ago already. Feels like a lot longer than that. No, your creepypasta guys, they're still narrators, and they do well. They can do well. The no sleep narrators, the horror narrators. But the other types of narration, there's a audiobook narration channel which has I think the biggest one is 4 or 5 million views. But that's like Sun Tzu, The Art of War. So there are plenty of channels that do that. In fact, I think there's one on my channel. I did one of the Lovecraft's books that was public domain. Can't remember which one it was. I think it was the Dunwich Horror. Should still be on my channel somewhere. That's another thing. It's like 2,000 videos on my channel, so there is a lot of content to get lost in there. Um, but I think a lot of perspective narrators, YouTube narrators, they narrate public domain stuff because it's public domain stuff. Easy, it's free, you don't have to worry about permissions and all of that. There's quite a lot. You can even just go, I think, Livervox. They do a bunch of that stuff. I think it's free. Livervox. Livervox. I can't remember what it's called. I enjoy the sci-fi aspect of it, and I mean, I haven't had too many problems with authors, but like everything else, it's, you know, a crapshoot. You know, is this going to do well? Is this what people want to listen to? And it's something you got to consider because you have a limited amount of time to do stuff. Taking my boat for a walk. Oh, no, we're going this way. This way. Although I am actually quite surprised. Chrysalis has become the sleeper hit of my channel. I say that, it started off as like the first one I did. But over the last 6 months, the average views per episode has gone up by 100%. Doubled. So that's interesting. Bruce. This is shallow water, Bruce. Shallow water. So I was quite surprised at that. There's a couple stories I wouldn't mind doing that I enjoy reading. There's a sci-fi series called it's a sci-fi magic series called Starship Mage, which I quite enjoyed. I wouldn't mind doing that. Another sci-fi series called Solar Clipper Chronicles, which I quite enjoyed. But those are published works through a publishing house, so no chance of me actually doing them. And I think they actually do have their own audiobooks. I wouldn't mind doing some of Terry Pratchett stuff if I could. Listen, boat. We're going over there. Listening to. I know you're afraid of Bruce. He says mean things to you. We're going there. Okay? Well, Chrysalis will always have a special place on my channel. It was when I went to Royal Road first and started asking authors. He was one of the first authors I asked and immediately said, sure, go ahead. No questions asked, no nothing. No body of work from me as examples or anything. He's just like, go ahead, do it. Knock yourself out. So, I mean, that and Mother of Learning were the first two that I started with. And I'm pretty certain in saying that without the community of Chrysalis, this channel would be in a very different place now. Yeah, Mother of Learning is one of those very... It's dry. I enjoyed it. I do understand that it is quite dry. That is not everybody's cup of tea. It is a slow burner. But sometimes that's what I want in a book. Chrysalis takes a little while to get going. But once it gets... it's going nicely now. Story-wise. I've got so many books from Royal Road on my to-read list. I think I've got like 40. Just don't really get the time to go through it. And then when I do get time, it's like, well, I read for a living and I'm kind of tired of reading, so I want to go do something else. So I procrastinate on that whole thing. I thought you were heading off to bed, Hardcore. Lucas, I mean, what I normally do for like a web novel is like 20 chapters. If it hasn't got me in 20 chapters, then it's not going to get me. As soon as I find my island, and I can park my boat and save my game, then I'm going to call it a stream. We've got the release of Chrysalis in an hour. Stretch. I don't want to be streaming when that happens. But to those catching a stream for the first time, I do this every day. Not necessarily the whole get lost at sea thing. Although, had one simple plan for this stream, and that was find the easy island to find. Shouldn't have called it easy. Once I find the main island, I can make more fuel as well for the... Oh, there we go. Completely out of fuel now. It is okay. I think this is our home. Or at least it's somewhere I've been before. See? That looks like a building. There's palm trees on this island. Confusing. I think it's a wreck. I'd make a horrible sailor. Although, to be honest, I wasn't really paying that much attention when I left the home island. Such blasphemous law says, it should be easy to find again. I think on the right-hand side here is our barrier. I don't want to hit that again. Get stuck again. We must have a lot of shipwrecks around this island. Maybe a... Ah, Bruce. Good of you to join us. Turn. Barrels, I guess, is a different fish. Gonna have to move fish. In the middle of everywhere. New island, new angry snakes and stuff to do. And crabs. Don't forget the crabs. Because they're angry. Very angry. And dead. Right. Oopsie, that's definitely not the home island. That's not home. Why is the elevator music playing in my ear? Yep. Okay. I have no idea what this music is. I think the random shuffle has just lost its mind. Completely lost its mind. I suppose that is very true. Yeah. Well, when I first started the Chrysalis from Royal Road, everybody came to my channel thinking it was the other Chrysalis. The one from HFY. And then when I did the HFY one, everybody went and watched it thinking it was the Royal Road one. Fun times. Yeah, there's the sci-fi one, short mini-series, and then there's the Royal Road one, which is an ongoing series. And people kept asking, you know, how are they related as well? And the other one was a HFY story about I think it was the sentient swarm of nanites. I can't remember. So very, very different is the short answer. I don't think it could get more different. Yep, definitely need to stick to the trees. Yeah. Very different. Okay. So that is a save point. So we shall save. Streaming for 3 hours with one electricity failure in between. I think that's it. Yes, in your toothpaste. Don't forget, it will be in your toothpaste. The sentient biomass eating nanites will be in your toothpaste. Well, thank you all for joining me. Just remember, I do this every day, so if you want to join me again tomorrow, you're more than welcome. We hit the 1% line for most of the stream, which was pretty awesome. Had some new faces, which is also pretty cool. So, you can come shoot the breeze with me, watch me get lost and see again tomorrow, or whenever you got some time. And I hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you all later.